Hello, hello. Happy Monday, everyone. How is everyone tonight? If you are finding me for the first time, my name is Kim Dent, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I've been a demonstrator for 21 and a half years. I love teaching stampers and crafters how to make quick and easy, adorable cards using Stampin' Up! Products. If you're jumping in, please say hello so I know that you are joining me. Hello, Kathy. I'm going to sync my laptop really quick so that we can get started. Hi, Sandy. How is everyone? Hello, hello. This is going well tonight. Have you all been stamping your Christmas cards? Are you done? Have you got them out in the mail? Well, I am synced. Well, if you're watching me live, please say hello. But if you catch me on the replay, I would appreciate it if you would leave a comment or a like or a heart. And if you're watching me on my YouTube channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. So Sandy just finished making her Christmas cards yesterday. Oh, good job, Sandy. How many did you make? Did you make 25? Did you make 50? I am I will be stamping a little bit, 25. I'll be stamping a little bit, making some new cards or making cards up with the kits that I already have prepared. But I also am fortunate that I can gather up cards from my classes and they're ready to go. I just need to stamp the insides and then, of course, decorate envelopes. Hello, Jan. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Well, hello, Valerie. We were just talking about our Christmas cards. Hello, Barb. Oh, thank you. Well, I'm going to show you the cards that we made this weekend at my stamp classes, which were really well attended. I am excited to say that December in the past has been, I was lucky to get maybe 10 or 15 people at a class because of the busyness of this season. But this weekend we had 75 stampers altogether. So I know we had at least, we had 75 stampers for the 3 classes. So hello, Murph, good to see you. Hi, Nan. Thanks for popping in. Good to see you. Okay, I am going to show you the cards that we made, and I also have a couple of other excellent announcements. So hold on, I'm going to flip my camera around. Hello, Mr. Dent. There must be a hockey game on, or getting ready to start. Well, thanks for taking the time, Mr. Dent, to hop on my Facebook Live. All right, I'm going to flip my camera around. Oops, had it right the first time. Oh, there we go. It wasn't focusing. Oh my goodness. I didn't want to waste any time, so you can see I've got my stamps that we're going to use and ink pads all ready to go. So the first thing that I want to tell you, there's my website. There's the new host code. So if you're placing an order anytime soon and it's under $150, please use ATERRDYV. And dun 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 dun. Stampin' Up! Just hours ago announced that on Thursday, this Thursday, December 15th, they are having a one-day only free shipping. Free shipping. Your order has to be $75 or more. But oh my goodness, girls, for those of you who like to stock up like on cardstock or if you want to take advantage of the clearance rack, now Thursday is the time to do it. December 15th, the order has to be $75. I know, yippee is right. That's exactly right. It was a shocker when they, I am privileged to be a part of a weekly Facebook Live with the Stampin' Up! Leaders. And man, when they announced it, whoo, you could see the and hear the cheers from all across the world. Well, hello on the road, Vicky. Oh, yay. Oh, hello, Cheryl from Portland, all across the. Where are you, Vicky, right now? You're on the road. Hello, Mom. All across the United States tonight. Well, I am planning on placing, even though I've got everything I need, my Christmas cards, I've got all the supplies for that. When they announce free shipping, it's a great time to stock up, girls. And I know the clearance rack right now is fantastic. There are still items on the last chance product list, or I like to call it the retirement list. So take advantage of that and stock up. So free shipping Thursday only. And then the other thing that I want to remind you is if your sweetie or your family or your friends don't know what to get you for Christmas, I have gift certificates available, and you can do it for any amount. So give them my name or my telephone number, or give them my Facebook group information, and I will make sure that you have one of these in your stocking at Christmas. So, and I also carry these all throughout the years. So I have some husbands that contact me every year when their wife has a birthday or Mother's Day. So you can always get a gift certificate from me. But if you have someone that needs an idea for you and you would love to have Stampin' Up! Under your tree, make sure they contact me. So there is that. All right. The cards that we made this weekend were all Christmas cards. I'm excited to show them to you. This one is the first one, and I love showing at this time of year, especially quick and easy Christmas cards. And this one is from the stamp set Peace to You. And all the girls are stampers because I have men and women. The stampers had to do was we had this stamp, this large stamp set up on the Stamparatus, as well as this one. So this stamp, because it's such a large stamp, sometimes, the ink doesn't grab it the first time, or you've got a dry ink pad. So what's nice about the Stamparatus is that you can just keep re-inking it and re-stamping it till you get the tone that you want. And then the same for the verse, May God's hope and love. This is a separate stamp. And if you would miss, part of the word because you missed inking it up, it's so awesome to be able to have that Stamparatus, and all you have to do is add a little bit more ink and it comes out perfect every time. So, and then this is the Stitch with Whimsy die. I love the set of dies because it is a die that it does not cut out, it just adds the stitching mark. So it adds a little bit of something without adding layers. So that's Stitch with Whimsy die. And I don't know if the camera is picking it up correctly, but this is Night of Navy. It almost looks black. I wish it didn't look black, but it is Night of Navy. And then the sweet little rhinestone there and the star. So that's a great stamp set, which is going away. So if you don't have it, grab it. Grab it on Thursday and get free shipping. This one, you have to have a snowman card. This one is from a sweet stamp set that is in the mini catalog. And I'm sorry to say, Snowman Magic has gone away. They're all sold out, as well as this beautiful, this was I said it all season, Snowflake DSP. Well, thank you for the hearts. This has been my favorite product out of the mini catalog. And when the last chance product list came out, it went, I believe it was $8 or $8 and some cents, and it sold out fast. But I shared it with all the stampers in my stamp classes this weekend. I told them one of my goals this year was not to hoard paper. And I've done a pretty good job. I've cut up a lot of DSP that normally would just collect dust in my stamp room. So there's that pretty iridescent piece behind there. And then we just stamped the snowman. And then it's the most magical time of the year with a little rhinestone right there in the middle of the snowflake. So there's that one. And then this one I said to the girls, here's another one where I shared my DSP. This is with the Boughs of Holly DSP. And then this is a pine bough from, it's the banner set. I pulled the little pine bough and used, can you see that's gold foil? We die cut 2 of those and used Elmer's school glue, girls. I'm on an Elmer school glue kick, mainly because I found out that when you can use Elmer school, the stick, and it doesn't show up at all. And I fell in love with it. And so I also used it on the gold foil for the pine boughs. And then this Merry Christmas is from Christmas season, I believe it is. It's in the annual catalog, and a few rhinestones. So these types of cards are great when you need, to make 25 cards, because they're, the DSP does all the work. It's the wow factor. And then that gold foil too. And then the last 2 cards are the cards I'm going to demonstrate for you tonight. This one is Kindest Gnomes. And I know a couple of girls said this, stampers said this. The gnomes, Brenda Rose Johnson, have you always loved gnomes? I was not a gnome lover, but since we've had it in the mini catalog, I have fallen in love with the gnomes, and I'm excited to say, here's a little sneak peek or a preview that there are more gnomes in the next mini catalog. So this one I'm going to make for you tonight, and it's quick and easy. And then this one, the name of this stamp set is Peaceful Deer. And it's in the annual catalog, so I've had it for a while, and I just decided before it goes away, because I have a feeling it will go away after when the annual catalog announces its retirement. I have a feeling that this pretty stamp set will go away. So I am going to leave these 2 out. The first, or I guess I'm going to leave this one out because that's the one that we're working on first. So Sandy, you need some dimensionals. Oh, yeah. It's crazy how when we get going and making that many cards, how quickly we can go through like dimensionals, especially if you're a dimensional crazy person like myself and you use up a lot. Oh, here we go. Okay. This stamp set, like I told you, is Peaceful Deer. And Peaceful Deer has images as well as words, which, those are my favorite. You can see there's 4 different types of trees. The deer, this is interesting. This one has, oh, what fun. So it's a solid image, but then the white are the words. And then a sweet snow bunny. This one that we're using, this one, the antlers that you can turn it into a buck. And then this pretty little, I guess you could turn this one into a buck too, with the large antlers, and then some paw prints, some snow. This sweet stamp is a wreath that would fit around their neck, like a sweet little Christmas wreath. So let's get started. For the kit, I used Evening Evergreen 5.5 by 8.5. Scored at 4 1/4. This piece is the piece we're going to emboss with the Timber embossing folder, and it is soft succulent. It's 4 by 5 1/4. This is your inside piece, 3 3/4 by 5. Then you just need a piece of basic white, 2.5 by 3.5, and then the layer 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And I'll set that the card right there so you can take a picture of all of it. All right, now I'm going to pull the pieces away. And I'm going to bring out my handy dandy bone folder. I've had some girls ask me recently, how do you know what direction? Like you can see I scored this on my scoring tool, scoreboard. Simply Scored Scoring Tool, I think it is. It's got a long name. It's my scoreboard. The valley is right there. I know very, how should I say it? Very amazing demonstrator. And she says the bump should go up. So I've been doing that recently and I'm pretty pleased. But through the years, 21 years, I really didn't think it made a difference. But now I can hear myself saying the bump goes up. So the next thing I want to bring out is, this is the Timber Embossing. It's a 3D embossing folder. It is in the annual catalog and it's 3D. So when you use it with your Stamp and Cut and Emboss machines, you only need the platform, which is called the base plate, plus the gray plate. So if you don't have, if you have another type of die cutting machine, like if you still use a Big Shot, you would want to order a gray plate, which can be used with the Big Shots, so that you can use the 3D embossing folders. So that's what I used, and I love the effect that it gives on the piece of soft succulent. I think it picks up the detail really nice. So I'm going to take this and grab my Stamp and Seal. Now the one thing with the Stamp and Seal is you have to be, it's so strong, especially when you emboss and it's like, so it's very detailed. Sometimes if you press too hard, it picks up like a fine layer. It seems like it's doing fine tonight, but on pieces like this, I always add a little extra adhesive. There you can see it's kind of got a ripple right there. Yeah. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my 2.5 by 3.5 piece of basic white, and I'm also going to bring in a pierce mat because the stamp set is photopolymer. Now, this weekend, when I was working with the girls who were at the stamp class, I told them that the easiest way to make this scene would be to start from the bottom and work your way up. And then that way, you know, if you worked from the top and went down, you might get your trees too low, and then you might not have enough room for the little deer. So work from the bottom and go up. So I'm going to bring in, here's another tip. Usually when I was creating this card, I wanted to, I normally, because we're going to use the soft suede blends, I would grab my Memento, and when I stamped it on my sample, I just thought it looked so harsh, that black ink. So I brought in, just to see if it would work, the Early Espresso, and it worked beautifully. So we're going to stamp our little deer with Early Espresso. And then we're going to let that dry. And then we're going to bring in soft succulent. And this is what I used for the trees to make a forest. And so what I did, I'm going to show you how to create like a dimensional scene. We're going to stamp full strength 1, and ink it up again, 2, and 3. And then, oh, you can tell this is a juicy, I had to re-ink it. So that's a juicy, juicy soft succulent. And then before I'm not gonna re-ink, and I'm just gonna add one right there in between and another one. And it just gives the illusion that there's more trees in the background. Isn't that a fun little tip? And then the last thing with this, I'm going to bring in Evening Evergreen. And I'm going to stamp this verse, which I think is so sweet. It is sending love and peace this season. I want to stamp it, make sure it's over far enough, and get it as straight as I possibly can. Ta-da! I almost got the trees a little too high, but that's okay, it'll work. All right, I'm gonna close this up, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring in my light soft suede. No, actually I'm gonna do dark soft suede. I'm gonna show you, this is my new way of coloring. I'm just gonna add a little bit around the ears. This is dark soft suede, and the back and the tail, and a little on the belly. And then right here on his legs, or her legs. That's just to get a little bit of shading. And then I'm gonna bring in my light soft suede. And I'm gonna start to color and blend that in. So that just those little bitty touches of soft suede will add just, of dark soft suede, will add just enough to add some depth to it and some highlights. So for a long time when I colored, I would always use light and then go back in with the dark, and then I would go back in with the light. But lately I had some friends and they were like, oh, we just go in first with the darkest and then go in with the light. And I tried it, and it seems like I'm just as happy with the outcome, and it seems like it's a little bit faster. Oops, almost went out of the line. And if I wanted, I could always go back in and add a little bit more, but for tonight, this is good. All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go crazy with Winkastella. The girls this weekend, they were asking me, they were like, is that shimmery white that you stamped that on? And I'm like, nope, that's a whole bunch of Winkastella. So I don't do this very often, but I am just going crazy. The only thing you've got to kind of be careful, stay away from that, the deer, you know, I wouldn't want to go right on top, mainly because that early espresso, that ink is a water-based ink. I can go, let's see, I'm gonna go a little bit on these trees, but I gotta be careful because I don't want that to bleed too much. But it is fun adding all the shimmer to it. So it is, its basic white will hold the liquid, but you gotta be careful. You can't do too much because then it starts to warp. Ooh. All right, this is gonna go on top of the Evening Evergreen 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 layer. And then this is going to get dimensionals. Is everyone ready for Christmas? Do you have all your presents wrapped and under the tree? I am not ready. Imagine that. I have bought more this year. You know how I told you I think, I don't know, a week or so ago, I said something about it's not unusual for Rick and I to be shopping on my birthday, which is the 23rd of December. But I think this year we're doing pretty good, thanks to Amazon Prime. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is, just because, oh, see, there's where I'm talking about with that, and I probably will shoot a little bit of glue underneath there. That's what I was talking about, that rippling, and you need to make sure you have enough adhesive so it lays down flat. So 3 3/4 by 5. This is our inside piece. I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas. I was going to stamp a, and I got to get my Pierce mat in. I was going to stamp another deer, but now I think I'm just going to put another set of trees on there. That's a fun little font, isn't it? And let's just use some Evening Evergreen. Oh, that's cute. And Miss Valerie, who's watching. Oh, look at me, Valerie. I'm decorating my envelope plus the inside. Aren't you proud of me? Oh, that's cute. And now we're going to close this up. You wrap today, but you wrap solid paper. Oh, how fun is that? I bet it's adorable. No naked envelopes, that's right. Look how pretty that is. I also had someone at Stamp Class on Saturday. They didn't need Christmas cards, but she needed a sympathy card. And so she turned this into a sympathy card. And I thought, isn't that peaceful looking? And I thought it was very appropriate. So not as much sparkle, I don't think she added, but yeah. So this can be, even though we think of it as a Christmas stamp set, that's a beautiful thinking of you, or winter birthday, or sympathy. So there's your first card with the envelope. Thank you, Valerie. And here's our next one. The Kindest Gnomes. Isn't it sweet? And he's so fun. They're growing on me. They're definitely growing on me. And it kind of like, I don't know, it kind of gives me the feeling of like paper dolls almost. Like you can decorate them, make their little hats like, you know, like paper dolls. So here is the stamp set, Kindest Gnomes. It's got this pretty mushroom that looks beautiful colored in soft suede. And then you've got 4 little gnomes and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. You know me so well. Warm wishes, and your kindness does not go unnoticed. I've seen this. I mean, we've just seen so many creative stampers do so many fun things with these gnomes. So I'm excited to see what our next set of gnomes that are going to be in the mini catalog, what they're going to look like, and what stampers are going to do with them. This is also a stamp set that comes with a coordinating dies, and so there you can see the mushrooms. There's 3 of the gnomes. Here's some mini mushrooms, and then the ones that I used on the little gnome today. Here's his hat. This is his beard. Here are his legs. And it actually comes with 2 noses. And then one, comes with all dies to cut out all 4 of the gnomes. So, And then I had, if you have been asking, this is the answer for this. I actually first started getting these magnetic bowls from, there's a store in St. Peter's called Harbor Freight. I don't know if it's a nationwide company, but they do sell, you can find these, mechanics use them. You can find these on Amazon, all shapes and sizes. So this is, it's called a magnetic bowl, and I love it for holding my dies. All right, the kit that I'm using for today is a piece of 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. This is real red. This piece of DSP is from the Sweetest Candy Cane, and it is in the mini catalog. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4. Here's the opposite side. I've gotten a lot of use out of this set of DSP. So there's that. A piece for the inside, 4 by 5 1/4. This is what we're going to stamp on. It's 3 by 4 1/4. And then the real red layer, 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Wait a minute. See, I'll put it like that so it shows up better. And then these are little pieces that we use to die cut him. These are his feet, 1 1/2 by 2 1/2. This is his beard, 2 by 2 1/2. This is his little nose, and it's just a 1 by 1 inch square, and that's Blushing Bride. And then more of that Sweetest Candy Cane DSP. This is 2 by 2. So let's sit that there for a second. All right, I'm going to pull this away, take off my little label. There's my score mark. And here's my bump folder. The bump goes up, so do that. Then we're going to bring in the Sweetest Candy Cane DSP. Isn't that pretty? This side is also cute too, but we're going to keep it with the red tones. Oh, you love Harbor. Oh, that's interesting. I had never heard of Harbor Freight, and I'm trying to think who told me about these little magnetic bowls, and I am so glad that they did. Been a lifesaver for all those little, especially when I'm traveling with my dies. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to set this to the side. We're going to stamp first. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I'm going to use real red. And it's going to go down at the bottom here. Very good. All right, and I think while I have it out, I'm going to stamp the inside. So this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I'm pulling in a stamp that I thought is appropriate for the Kindest Gnome, and this is Framed and Festive. This stamp set is part of the Fitting Florets suite. There are a lot of words in it. This promotion has 2 stamp set, 1 set of dies, beautiful DSP, and then it had gold swirl embellishments, but they are sold out. The DSP, the dies, and the stamp set will be in the next catalog. This sweet stamp set, though, Framed and Festive, that has Merry Christmas, fa la 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 la, 'tis the season to be jolly, from our home to yours, have yourself a merry little Christmas, may this season be filled with peace and joy, Noel, and from all of us, this is going away. So I believe it's available till, I want to say January 3rd. So I just thought 'tis the season to be jolly went really well with the gnomes. So I'm going to put this on the inside. And the font, isn't the font fun? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So sweet. right, set that to the side. I'm going to put this right inside my card. So if you want it, take advantage of that sale on Thursday and order it. Okay, and now the last thing we need to do is make our little gnome. So I've die cut all the pieces and sealed them. Oh, I'm sorry you missed the gold swirls. They are so cool, Sandy. Hopefully we'll see more similar embellishments that are very pretty, but on the flat side. I have a lot of customers that they like embellishments, but they don't like their cards to stick up like for the mail. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do, I grabbed a dimensional, but actually I'm going to grab my Tombow glue. And how cool is this? Do you see how it's his beard? You can see the lines. There's where his nose goes, and this is where the edge of his hat goes. So I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow glue, or I'm going to try to put a little Tombow glue. Might have gotten a little stuck. Oh, come on. Well, I'm afraid I'm going to get an explosion, and I don't want that. You know, let's see if I can try the other side. Do you all know there's two sides to the Tombow glue? Let's see if we can get a smidge out with this side. Oh, there's what I thought would happen. Oh my goodness. Okay, there it came out, a little plop. I'm going to put some there and some there. And then I decided instead of the diamonds, I'm going to have the stripes. And that's how I suggested to assemble him on Friday and Saturday. It's easier if you put the hat onto his beard and then add his nose with the dimensional. My fingers are all sticking out. Oh. I got his nose up high. Oh. Let's try this again. I'm glad this is my second card. I'd have to go grab something to wipe my fingers down. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to flip them around and add some dimensionals. I think I did. I think I added the feet with them. I just stuck them right onto the dimensionals too. See how I've got that? Let's add one more. Because you can never have too many. Okay, this is where his little legs are going to go. You can see on his legs, he's even got like little cross stitch marks there for his shoes. Let's add a little bit of glue. I feel like I have 4 thumbs tonight, girls. Okay. There we go. Isn't he adorable? All right, this is going to get glued to this real red piece. Oh, that's a great idea. with that new alphabet die set that's in the next catalog. There's a new alphabet die set I'm so excited about. You can do so many things with the alphabet dies. Like Sandy just said, you could put joy on the beards. There's personalizing your cards for baby announcements or like baby shower or wedding. I love doing that. Or even for your kids to have their name cut out with dies. There you go, for all the gnome lovers and all the gnome people who are the people who will soon be gnome lovers. How adorable. I feel like I should stamp something on the inside. And what am I going to stamp on the envelope, girls? What am I going to stamp on the envelope? How about if we just put fa la 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 la? That goes with the gnomes. I love this stamp set. Don't wait till the last minute, girls, if you like it. So cute. I could go crazy, but doesn't it look like it goes with it? Fa la 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 la. So there you go. So sweet. I'm going to flip this around. Oh, where are you, girls? Sorry, hold on. I don't know why it's not letting me flip. Well, I might not be able to flip tonight, girls. Well, I hope you enjoyed my 2 cards tonight. Thank you for tuning in on Monday night. I hope to see you all next Sunday. It's the 18th. So keep on stamping, keep sending out those cards. Have a wonderful week. And don't forget about the free shipping on Thursday. God's blessings. Bye-bye.